Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend. Hey, welcome back to Tim Friend. It's Tim here once again. We are going to be recruiting Heath this turn on our Fire Emblem playthrough. We'll open this door with Legault, and to get at Heath, it's going to be a little tricky. What we're going to do is move Hector up a little bit, and then have Ninian dance for him. Because this is the value of dancers, you know? It lets us to move our units in more funky ways, get a little more squeeze that little movement juice out of our people who have to walk around on their dumb feet. Heath, be my friend. Oh, he's cool, actually. You know what? I'm down for Heath's character. He's a knightly knight, and he's very idealistic, but sometimes those ideals get in the way of his reality. Like he had to desert Byrne, where he was a wyvern rider in the army, and then he's a mercenary, and then he defects from that, and you know he's trying his best. Wow, that's weird. This axe fighter has a sword reaver, and I know that thief has a lance reaver. So what the fuck is happening? But we will have Heath come in and just straight up kill this thief. Heath kills thief. That's probably could be a tongue twister if I bothered to write it down. Look at Heath. He's got fucking black armor. What an awesome thing for a little kid to see. But look at that speed, man. That's low. Oof. And you know, if you put in the time, he can be pretty good. But we don't really have the time since we're putting the time into other characters. And it's Wrath. Hey, Wrath. Yay, blah, blah, blah. Lyn likes Wrath. Wrath likes Lyn. They've got a little shippy ship, but Hector, Lyn, OTP forever. And Wrath is pretty much just as we left him at level 7 with fairly good stats for a level 7 character, I suppose. Could use a little more strength, but whatever. He's a nomad trooper. That's to be expected to a degree. And now we just have to go about doing the rest of this mission. And it's the tricky part. I don't know where the reinforcements come from on Hector mode, so we will have to see. What do these goofballs have? Sword reavers. Wow, did they just all bring... They all brought reaver weapons, except the bows. Okay, that's weird, certainly. But I have to treat these guys like they have lances, and these guys like they have swords. So what do I bring against lances and swords? I bring lances. Yep, but that guy's got a lance reaver. I mean, it's Sane. I'm thinking of putting Sane over to just plug this gap. Just because he's pretty tanky and he needs the experience. And that die only does 16 damage, and Sane has 9 defense. So I'm not super worried if I just throw Sane over here and maybe move. Can't get to him. A little worried. What if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? What if I just kind of hung back out here, just out of range of all the threatening things, and he's moved along like that. Let's have who's got low health? Ellie Wood's got pretty low health. Lyn needs that fucking whatever it's called, angelic robe. Thank you for doing that, Isadora. Your service is not taken for granted, even a little bit, I promise. We'll have Raven equip his hand axe, have Oswin move up, and Florina move up. It's normally even harder when I play this map on Elimud Woad, just because I usually use 2 flyers at this point, Florina and Fiora, and that's simply not the case in this mission, as you can see. Also, using Heath is scary because of they have ballistas on the outside. That's what it is. And so it can be very frightening if you don't take out those ballistas. But now they're only on one side, so we just have to sort of keep... Ouch! Legault does not like it when you hit him with an axe. But he's still fast enough to double attack, so it's a pretty good trade in HP. But we don't really want to trade, do we? We want to keep these negotiations as lopsided as possible. So the breaking through that wall was an inevitability. That's just sort of something they're programmed to do. That guy comes after Raven, and Raven murders him, showing off the... I mean, it's okay, the hand axe animation on the heroes. It's not my favorite, it's not my least favorite. I mean, I'll take it, you know? That Wyvern Rider got a very fucking incredible hit on Sane with like a 20% chance to hit him, and it still did, but Sane punished him for it. So it's all good, man. And everyone's still coming through here. Whoa, fuck that mage. Wow. I mean, I guess he and the Wyvern Rider traded attack rolls, because I did not expect Oswin to juke a mage of all things. Oh yeah, we have NPCs. I almost fucking forgot. Whenever they give you ally NPC units, they're always terrible. And I understand why for balance purposes, because it's like, they don't want to just give you NPCs that can beat the fucking mission for you. But in the same way, like, I don't want... Like, these are Knights of Austria. They're supposed to be like some of the best guards in the fucking nation. And they just get totally wrecked by these mercenaries. And that's weird to me, canonically. It's like, why does that happen? These are supposed to be super well trained, and they're supposed to be super good at their job. Why would they be bad at their job? But you know, whatever. He doesn't have a vulnerary. Does anyone have a vulnerary? He's a mine. I could use the mine glitch. Ha ha ha. There's a glitch in Fire Emblem where you can use a mine to take an enemy's turn for it, which is very useful if you want to trade all the enemies' items between each other so that they can't use any of their weapons. It's very funny, and a way to cheat on harder missions like the Pirates one. That one's a good one to do it on, because then you get a bunch of experience for basically no threat. Let's see though. Gotta get Sane dancing around in here. Nope, not that one, please. Which one's the highest level? 7, 7, 7. And 8. So technically the mage is higher level, but so is that fighter. We'll have Urk come up here and sort of try to bait out any other mages. And we get to see his awesome sage animation. Oh, look at that. It's so awesome. I love watching sages cast spells. They're so cool. Making that rune in the air, and then they shoot fucking fire, and it's still the same fire as it was when it was mage, but it's still cool. It's still cool. You can't tell me otherwise. We'll have Rebecca get in this ballista. I mean, I guess they just like giving us ballistas at this point, which, I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but I like it. I was gonna say I'm not gonna complain, and then complain. But I like it. I really do. I like ballistas as a concept in this game. I think it's pretty smart. Makes the archers useful for something more than the nothing that they're currently useful for. You know, and it makes an interesting sort of dynamic between archers and flyers. And by interesting, I mean it's fucked up. I hate ballistas when I have flyers. Like, I hate enemy ballistas. Ballistas that the enemy just gets. Like, I want ballistas to be like an objective, like something that you can, if you have an archer and you move fast enough, you can take the ballista before the enemy gets to it. And I think that'd be a really cool way to do it, instead of having like these sort of ballistas that the enemy doesn't go for, and then these ballistas that the enemy pretty much automatically gets. Because that's kind of like, well, why? Why? It's just a way to keep flyers out of this side of the map. And what's the point of that? Like, the flyers aren't going to give us any huge benefit on that side of the map anyway. It's the point of keeping them out. We'll have Priscilla get a little bit of a battle experience, because, I mean, it's cool. As much as I think the Valkyrie model is kind of weird, I do like its animations. I like the sort of that the magic makes when the Valkyrie casts it. I'm down for it, you know? I'm down to clown with that. We'll have Florina come in and pick up this Nomad. Yeah. Ooh. I like the Falcon Knight animations a lot. The upgraded Pegasus Knight. They fly around and their wings are enormous. And they're like a little unicorn. And, God, what is it? I used to know what it was when you had a unicorn Pegasus. It's like it's an alicorn. It's an alicorn. Don't ask me how I know that, but I think you probably know. But yeah, I love it. It's so cool. And we get the Knight's Crest. Yay, for Sane. So that he will be able to hopefully promote at the end of this chapter if we get enough experience into him. He's like level 16, something like that. We should be able to get quite a good deal of... Thanks for the unnecessary crit thing. Quite a good deal of experience into him if we use him almost exclusively. Or we use him as much as we can. So yeah, he's 17. And a pretty good level. Strength, speed, and defense are important things, and his skill could use work, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I guess I'm a beggar in this instance. Sorry. Yeah, it's a pretty sedate chapter right now, because I don't have to worry about the archers taking the ballistas, and they're sort of just fucking off over there. I'm always worried about these defense chapters, just because, well, I'm used to thinking of Hector normal mode as like a harder mode than Eliwood mode, but the defense chapters have been easier so far. And then we get reinforcements. Alright, so Reavers up the wing wong. Yeah, I think all the melee dudes have Reaver weapons in this one, so they just flip the weapon triangle. It's pretty funny, like, why? Why did they decide to do that? Such a strange choice, but whatever. We'll have Hector solo those two dudes, while Legault helps himself to some treasure. We'll have Rebecca move a bit back, because we don't want her on the front lines here. I mean, there's not a huge difference to which one we pop in the face with a ballista bolt either, because they don't have any Pegasus Knights, which are like the thing that get totally screwed by ballistas, because Wyvern Riders have enough defense that they can take a hit of it before, you know, popping like so many dangerous balloons. Whoops! Accidentally rescued that mercenary. That's why we have extra paladins. These mercenaries don't give us anything good if we hold on to them, so there's not a real point in rescuing them. These Raths unit mercenaries will just go and throw themselves on the enemy blades. And it's kind of depressing, because you'd think, I mean, I'd be down if Raths units, mercenaries, like this Cavalier, this mercenary, if they were actually units you would get when you got Wrath, I think that'd be cool, because we could use another mercenary type character at this point in the game, and instead of getting Isidore, what if we got another Cavalier or something like that? I don't know. Well, no, because then we'd still have like 4 Cavaliers that we'd get, and so we'd have to put another like Knight's Crest in the game. You know, maybe it's not such a great idea, but I mean, I think it'd be interesting, because we get these NPCs that they're pretty good for NPCs, but they just go and die, and you're not given really any incentive to save them, because you don't get a reward from them, and it's not the best. We'll have, support with Urk. Do I want that to happen? I don't remember. I think so. I think I want that to happen. But we'll have Priscilla heal up Sane. I do like the Valkyrie healing animations. I think the staff is much cooler with this like little like a wreath around it. I think that's a great idea. Well done, Intelligent Systems. Trouble is that, oh yeah, I can just use a javelin, because I was worried about the enemy axe fighters and the enemy mage coming up and beating on Sane, because if they all got hits, then I'd have an unpleasant time. But it turns out that I will have less of an unpleasant time, because they all use their axe reaver or sword reaver weapons anyway. So no matter what I did, if I used the javelins, then if they came up and smacked at him, then he'd have the weapon triangle advantage, which should be enough with his all-right speed to get out of the way of those axes. We'll keep moving everyone down there. Sort of cram everyone into this pile. Oh yeah, I'll have Urk go and get the support with Priscilla. Lady Priscilla, are you alright? Ah, Urk, I am fine. Thank you for checking on me. Good line, Priscilla. Not at all. That is my duty. You are not tired? No, I'm quite fine, really. Your feet, are they not weary? Your shoulders, are they not tense? Okay, Urk, he's a little Shakespearean. They're fine, really. And your belly, is it full? Your throat dry? Are you sleepy or bored, Urk? Ah, yes, sorry. Hard to break old habits. Eh? That's, My last lord was a very willful child, you see. He would call me over the slightest things. That is past now, though, of course. I see. Ellipsis. Should I be asking you to do more, then? Oh, no, this is just fine. Alright. Not the most exciting support conversation, but whatever. We'll live. We'll certainly live with it. Oh, Wrath. That's the only person who hasn't moved. Come on, Wrath. You're not going to get used, but at least look like you're trying. Alright, next episode on Tim Friend, we'll get through the latter half of this chapter. See you then, everybody. Bye, Tim Friend.